We all know the deal. We all know what's going on. We'll make sure everything is lined up. Make sure the audio is in sync. When I go... There we are. We are all lined up, all ready to go. We are now just at the game's conclusion. Eddie is dead. Don't know where Angela is. All we know is we must continue to the Lakeview Hotel. Our final destination. This is one of the many sections that the HD collection especially botched. Yeah, let's get really fucking sad! Let's fucking go! I can't believe I missed part 2. There's no worries. I'm gonna leave the full VODs up for like a week. I'm gonna unlist them after that. When are you doing the YouTube uploads? Pretty much as soon as I have the footage of the full game, I'm gonna just put it in some editing. We're gonna cut them up into smaller chunks, so it'll be like part 1 will be like just the first exploration section of the town, part 2 will be the apartment, etc. And then we'll upload them to YouTube. I'll cut out any of the dead air, any of the drink breaks, anything like that. And it'll be a much smoother experience. So, without further ado, let us get in. This is one of the sections botched by the HD collection, more than any of the others, where the fog being removed made it look like you were sailing on this river of mercury. It looks fucking terrible. I don't know when the uploads will happen, but I do know that it will be relatively soon, because it's not like it's the hardest thing in the world. It's mostly just cleaning a few things up, chopping it, having good cutoff points, things like that. Yeah, didn't they just fucking annihilate the fog effects? Yep, the fog was non-existent. It was a gray wall. It was absolutely pathetic. I have no idea why they thought that was something that you could release, but they thought so. Alright, oh, turn it back, turn it back, turn it back. Once again, just like when we first got our... Nope, yeah. I think that should be good enough, but we have to go towards the light once again. Similar to walking into the light with Mary's dress, we repeat that image. I'm not sure how long this is going to go today, because on a usual playthrough, it is under an hour to beat the hotel. However, I warned of stop and talk, and the hotel is the most stop and the most talk we're gonna have to do in the entire playthrough, so I have no idea. Hey guys, we can't even see the water here. Let's get rid of this pesky fog. Gamers hate atmospheric and eerie moments. Everything about the HD collection is just a disaster of development across the board. Like, it just sounded like production hell, everything I hear about it. It's very frustrating. And this should trigger. If not, oh, no big deal. Okay, well, I guess not. Let's just give it a little bit of a spin here. And there we go. This should, there we go, there we go. I've always really liked this as just sort of a calming moment after the Eddie boss fight, where nothing happens. Nothing at all, nothing spooky, there's no Del Lago coming to kick your ass. No, it's just a relaxing boat ride to the very end. It really builds that mood and dread. Very good moment. This game, I'll say one thing, more than any other game in the series, Silent Hill 2 has legitimately flawless pacing. There is no wasted moment in this game. And it's quite short too, even with our pace. It's going to be under 15 hours for how, like, the snail's pace we're moving at. In general, it's like a I'd say like 5 to 8 hours, depending on difficulty or trouble with the puzzles, with the combat. It's a very short game, and none of it feels wasted. I'm back from getting vaccinated. Oh, no shit, man. First one? Yeah. You might feel like shit for one day, but I think people are overemphasizing it. Like, more than anything, It was just like the soreness when I got mine. This place hasn't changed at all in 3 years. Okay, so what makes this interesting is that if you can see, we're on a pier. There is a staircase going up, and we have on the left here. I feel like shit because of the heat. Yeah, unironically, the heat made me feel more like shit than the first dose. So, I don't know. But, if you remember in the prison, the Burning Man painting of the 3-story building on the waterfront with the pier, and this on the left, this lamp on the left. So how badly has the town made him stupid? He has like 2 int right now, so it's not looking great for our pal James. He's not exactly running a spellcasting build, but I'd say James right now is intellectually on the level of a soul main. So he's gonna get those invincibility frame Shoryus on Wake Up, no problem. So we got the Little Mermaid music box. So there is a motif for the next puzzle here with music boxes where it's all based on fairy tale princesses. However, I don't think individually they matter that much. I don't think there's much to be garnered or gleamed by going on, oh, here's what the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale original says. Yeah, under the sea. Well, I mean, one of the endings of this game legitimately is under the sea, so that might be more applicable than you think. So, we will continue to the Lakeview Hotel. This is it. This is the ending. But, generally, I'll talk more about the significance of the sort of the music box fairy tale princess thing when we get all of the puzzle pieces. But, in general, best ending is the Doge one. It was you, wasn't it? You're the one behind everything. We will not be getting the dog ending, unfortunately. So, here we go. Waiting for you. What's this? Room 312. That's the room Mary and I stayed in. Mary, are you there? Or maybe. I got the hotel map for guests. What I love about this is... let's zoom out. Get to the top floor. That's right there. I love that. Me and someone else gave 10 lemons. Let me see here. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Comfy Panzer. Going for the lemon chats today. I really wish that would show up in Restream. I really do. That's one of the biggest annoyances with Restream chat. Oh, well. Alright, so let's grab some items down here. I basically know the progression of all the puzzle items, so it's going to be smooth sailing getting what we need. But for the most part, it's going to be a slow episode. We're going to be doing a lot of stop and talk today. Alright, let's go up here. I want to become famous? I'm not supposed to be getting no support the content. No, thank you very much. I just like telling people. One minute here. Fucking. Oh, you might become famous on Twitch? Oh, bye followers. Go to hell. Yeah, become famous? Bro. Bro, how could I resist that offer? Alright, now we have the fish key.
Did I scare you?
Yeah, you did.
You're here to find Mary, aren't you, James? Well, have you?
No. Is that why you're here too?
She's here, isn't she? If you know where she is, tell me. I'm tired of walking.
I wish I knew.
But she said it in her letter.
What letter?
Wanna read it? But don't tell Rachel, okay?
Who's Rachel?
She was our nurse. I took it from her locker.
The music, oh, this track is so fucking good. My dearest Laura, I'm leaving this letter with Rachel to give you after I'm gone. I'm far away now, in a quiet, beautiful place. Please forgive me for not saying goodbye before I left. Be well, Laura. Don't be too hard on the sisters. And, Laura, about James. I know you hate him because you think he isn't nice to me, but please give him a chance. It's true, he may be a little surly sometimes, and he doesn't laugh much, but underneath, he's really a sweet person. Laura, I love you like my very own daughter. If things had worked out differently, I was hoping to adopt you. Happy 8th birthday, Laura. Your friend forever, Mary.
Laura, how old are you?
I turned 8 last week.
So, Mary couldn't have died 3 years ago. Could she really be here? Is this the quiet, beautiful place she was talking about?
Me and Mary talked a lot about Silent Hill. She even showed me all her pictures. She really wanted to come back. That's why I'm here. Maybe you'll get it if you see the other letter. The one, Mary. Huh? I must have dropped it.
Laura!
I gotta find it.
Laura!
Oh boy, there's a little bit to go over there. But let's respond to chat since, oh boy, we're talking about fucking Bloober Team. Oh boy. My condolences for Bloober Team Silent Hill game. I know it must be hard. I think West Edge's the second worst choice. It's like, honestly, yeah. Of all the realistic scenarios, oh Lottie, this is what pain must feel like. Oh Wes, this is... Here's the thing, Tamim realistically never would have gotten his hands on Silent Hill. In my opinion, of all the realistic choices, this was the worst case scenario. And we're living the worst case scenario. I'm having a complete fucking breakdown at the idea that Silent Hill is gonna get resurrected only to be brought back by fucking Bloober Team, of all people. Like, the same Bloober Team who in the medium has the message of that fucking game be, if you have any sort of mental health issue, you're just a burden to your family and you should fucking kill yourself. I am dead serious. That is the message of that game. The medium enrages me like few other games do. It is on the eternal fuck you list, dude. God, and then we played Layers of Fear. Like, that game is just genuinely shit, but it also has, like, very similar anti-mental illness stance, which is also in Blair Witch, which is also in Layers of Fear 2, and it's not an Observer, which coincidentally is, like, the one decent thing they ever made. And even that is just riding on the coattails of Rutger Hauer. God, this is... Yeah, Bloober Team and Bill Cosby are the two pieces of news you wake up today. It's like, okay, so Dave and I were talking about this morning. Dave from Four Face Buttons, if you haven't heard. But, like, comment, subscribe. But the big issue is that, okay, well, they didn't confirm anything. They didn't confirm that anything's happening. Put 2 and 2 together. What is the only reason that you would announce an official partnership with Bloober Team? The guys who made Layers of Fear and The Medium. And coincidentally, The Medium having music done by Akira Yamaoka, who composed almost every Silent Hill game. You put 2 and 2 together. Come on. Does Mary actually ever bring up Laura adopting Laura to James? No. No, because we can presume that because James doesn't know who Laura is. But we'll get into that in a second here. I'm just, unfortunately, this is a Silent Hill 2 stream, so I'll try to keep my blooper team shit talking to a minimum, but unironically, if you gave me gun to my head, you have to have a... They wasted Yamaoka Man's talents? Yes, they did. It's honestly some of his most forgettable works in the medium. I've listened to it, it's nothing. It's very forgettable. He phoned it in. But if you want to listen to Yamaoka's best soundtrack after... Did the medium have a fun pop intro? No. They wasted him. But if you're looking for Yamaoka's best work after Silent Hill, unironically, it is Shadows of the Damned. His soundtrack in that game is really good. I'm gonna go link your channel. Oh, okay, thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. I might be taking a bit of a break from formal scripted YouTube content to improve my editing skills, but I have a few stream games I do want to cover, and since streams in general are a lot more casual and fun, like, I can see doing that a little more. But I do, for scripted stuff, it's gonna be, like, Silent Hill 2, we gotta get that done. Then after that, I'm gonna kinda take a look back and see if we can fix some editing shit. But, in general, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But... oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, blooper team. Like, okay, but gun to my head. Yamaoka's OST for the 25th Ward is fantastic. 100%. His work with Suda, all of it, is great. Would never bring it up to James. I don't... Alright, so, this is a bit of speculation. I don't think Mary and James talked very much after she got sick. I don't think they spoke very often. But, okay, but last statement on Bloober Team. But gun to my head. You have to choose. Who do you pick? Do you pick Bloober Team getting creative freedom to make a Silent Hill game? Or Hideo Kojima? I would pick Kojima 100% of the time. Not even 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 times, I'd pick Kojima. Because at the very fucking least, Kojima games are gonna be insane. Even if they're boring, even if they're trash, there's gonna be something in them that's gonna be completely nutty and out of this world. Bloober Team, at their best moments, bores me. And that's all I gotta say on that. Okay, so... I think this kind of establishes Laura, more than anything, this establishes Laura is not affected by Silent Hill. Yeah, Kojima because he isn't maliciously vile. Exactly. Kojima fucks up, and I'm not a fan, but at the very least, he's not shit. He's not a legitimately shitty person, to my knowledge. He's pretentious. Yeah, I think James is disgusted by Mary's condition and probably rarely visits her. Yeah, like, I think the idea is James didn't really see her when she got sick very often. And when they were there, he didn't talk to her that much. Drawing done by Laura. Cat? Very cute, you can use the name of that. I like that. Yeah, Kojima. Like, I don't like Kojima. I'm not a Kojima fan. But I would take his Silent Hill with complete creative freedom over anything Bloober Team could do. 10 out of 10 times. No hesitation. Oh boy, so... I think the most important thing about that cutscene, one, it confirms that there is another letter. One of the guys who made H-Rot or Lost in Vivo, you got some lemons already. I know, I saw. There's going to be a big lemons handout at the end. Lost in Vivo. I'm going to try and keep my thoughts on like who I would want to make a new Silent Hill game to a minimum. But the answer is I think Silent Hill is a lightning in a bottle scenario, and I don't really want any more games in the series. I'd like different games to take similar concepts, but do something new with it. I don't know, like, that's me. That's my stance, but whatever. Big things of note in that conversation. Laura pretty much confirmed doesn't see anything surreal or supernatural in Silent Hill. She seems to have ties to the dream world that the other characters are in, mostly due to her links to Mary, I would assume. However, it doesn't seem like she is in any real danger in comparison to James or Eddie, Angela, etc. There's a piano here. I remember how much Mary liked to play the piano. She wasn't very good, but I still love to hear her play. That was so long ago. Before we were even married. Why am I thinking of that now? Yeah, there is nothing wrong with simply ending as a trilogy. Exactly. Say the Kurgan is an asshole villain, and he got what he deserved at the end, but he was 100% on point when he said it was better to burn out than to fade away. Ha! Yeah, I just want good horror, man. I just want something cool. That's it. I don't need it to be Silent Hill. I don't need, like, brand recognition. So I can be like, they said there's a hole here. Like, I just kind of want good material. If you want Silent Hill as an influence, go for it. Absolutely. I love Silent Hill. I don't need more Silent Hill. Like, I'm good. The series is done. There's no reason to make another one as far as I'm concerned. But here we are. Another thing worth noting, James has given up the 3-year story. He's just given it up now. He's not even sticking to them, oh, Mary died of that disease 3 years ago. It's, oh, she couldn't have. What we're seeing here is this very fantastical situation where James seems like he's getting a second chance. He's in a relatively serene hotel. Like, of all the areas in the game, the hotel is the nicest, bar none. It's abandoned, sure, but it's pristine. That's unlike everywhere else we've been so far. I think by naming it Silent Hill, there's gonna be a lot of baggage associated. New IPs and new ideas, 100%. There's games that I think are very similar to Silent Hill thematically and content-wise that are not Silent Hill and stronger for it. Lone Survivor, I think, is the best continuation of the Silent Hill's tone and brand without remotely being close to Silent Hill. It's nothing like it at all. Omori, the RPG Maker game, thematically very similar to Silent Hill. Nothing like Silent Hill at all. Completely its own thing. Oh boy. Lost in Vivo. Well, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It gets the mood. It gets a lot of the grimy visual direction. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it clearly scratched that itch for a lot of people. So it's like, other people have done things with the series and with things related to it that worked. And I think you can just take it as look at Silent Hill as a bar to surpass, not something to recreate. That's kind of what I want in the future. But what I really like about this is that this is pristine and beautiful. And James is given a scenario where it's becoming almost fantastical of, Mary's alive. She has to be. She has to be here waiting for us. And similar to that, what we are doing is the elements. Where's the puzzle item? Where is the puzzle item? Where is it? There we go. What we're seeing here is a fairy tale motif with the big puzzle of the level, of the dungeon, so to speak, is the fairy tale music boxes. So it's a very fairy tale situation where James's princess is just waiting for him, and it's all gonna work out okay in the end. It's playing into that idea. I don't see how using the Silent Hill IP can be anything but a hindrance to anyone creative out there. Red Candle's games, for the record, Detention and Devotion were made by Red Candle's games. Highly recommend. They explore similar themes and concepts in ways that angles that Silent Hill can't. Exactly. I've only played Devotion once because obviously the situation trying to actually buy the game, but I do have Detention. 100% agree. Check their stuff out. If you're into this kind of horror, this very dreamlike, cerebral kind of horror, those games are 100% recommended. And here's where we see the Abstract Daddy. Here's something interesting about them. They're not attacking me. It's like you have to go out of your way to like block their path to get them to aggro. They won't attack you unless you try to hurt them. They'll just let you go. They don't actually care. Like, you have to go out of your way to get them to be pissed off at you. That's interesting. I like that. Alright, where's the heals? There we go. Bam. Very interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Taylor indentation. There's a plate in front of the indentation and something is engraved on it. Seed of the princess who spoke no words. Plays music box? Well, no, because what we need to do is add the Little Mermaid. The princess who spoke no words. Doesn't sound quite right. Is this music box broken? Or maybe. We only got 2 slots missing. Mr. James Sunderland, the videotape you forgot here is being kept in the office on the 1st floor. Well, we got our objective. That videotape Maria was talking about. Or Mary. Or is there even a distinction between the two anymore? It's becoming as blurry as it can be. Key to room 312. The key to the room where Mary and I stayed. That's on the 3rd floor. Well, better go check it out. Just to illustrate my point further, just gonna walk right past me. They don't care. Because they're not James's monsters. I like that. That's a cool detail. Every time I hear Maria. Rats. It's locked. Holy hell, I'm loaded in ammo. I keep thinking of the Sound of Music, and it's maybe the most far thing from Silent Hill 2. Yeah, imagine the hills are alive at the sound of music as Mary slash Maria gets fucking impaled. But listen closely. Keep in mind, this is the 3rd floor. It's locked right now. The room is right there. Listen closely. Ah, hear that? She's waiting for you. Well, let's go explore the 1st floor. There is one thing I want to see before moving on with the puzzles. Is it in here? Yes. Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. Damn. Get owned. There we go, and I don't need any of this. I am so stacked at this point, nothing can hope to stand up to me. I'm too huge. Let's see. Cafe Toluca. I don't think we need to go there. May as well see, though. Yeah. Alright, well, 2nd floor it is. Aha! Alright, so we'll get more resources we don't need because we're fucking stacked. It sucks that hard mode is as weirdly balanced as it is because normal in general is way too easy, but hard mode is freakishly hard and it becomes kind of silly. I don't know, it's like, I wish there was something of an in-between. Oh well, so we got the fish key. Got another key. Alright. And we have one more room. Check out. Over here. So, this is a weird detail. I like this, though. This is nice. Let's examine this. There's an open book on top of the desk. It looks like a medical book. I've already read enough medical books. None of them never did any good. So that's kind of interesting. Very blink and you'll miss it. You don't need to examine that at all. But James, you know, he's not the smartest guy in the world, as we've seen from this game. He's kind of just, you know, average schmucky dude. But James cared enough to try and... Oh man, I feel like hard is even a bit easy in 1, 3, and 4 on my second playthroughs. Yeah, they're not that hard. I think for me the big one is 4 is one of the most frustrating games I've ever played. Like 4 in general is just so annoying that I don't ever want to play it on hard ever again. I did it once. I beat it. Never again. I imagine James walking down the hallway with pockets bulging with shotgun shells. Just like hundreds of shotgun shells. 3 has Extreme. I haven't tried it. I have never played Extreme, actually. I should. I should, or else I'm a fake gamer. I can't have that. But the idea is, as kind of average and schmucky as James is, he clearly cared enough, even when she was ill, to just read through textbooks or like anything, fucking anything. Where it's like, yeah, he's not an expert, he's not a doctor, he's not going to solve it. But the fact that he apparently even tried at all is interesting. Well, let's move on. Once again, you can also do goofy shit where these things will not at all try to attack you. But they're annoying, so... reach for the sky, partner. Look at him run. Why are you running away? Get over here. And... there we go. We'll use that. There we go. Yeah, like, we're very stacked for the entire game. Key to room 204. And we're gonna get some items, but we're also gonna save state in a bit here. Employee elevator key. Interesting. Maybe it's that as the game's wrapping up with close to order acceptance, the game eases up on you. Honestly, that might be kind of a thematic thing. I can see it. This time, I will get my lemons. You will. There's gonna be lemons. Don't worry. Don't worry. But honestly, that's kind of an interesting idea. The idea, like, it gets easier because you are closer to the truth kind of thing. Hell! This is randomized, by the way. That doesn't mean anything. That is kind of an interesting idea. I don't get the 4 frustrating points lots of people make. The only bad thing is when I only get stuck in a monster or something, but combat is really easy because of the iframes. See, that's kind of my problem, where the problem of 4 is that, sure, it's easy, quote-unquote, but it's frustrating because, 1, you are escorting Eileen through the entire game, and 2, the game forces you into combat so much. Hell is a coincidence. It's like they have a few select words that they go through, and depending on your playthrough, it's that it's kind of just like open or hell or loss or, you know, it's random. It's just ominous 4 words. Yeah, Eileen's fat dumper, but the thing is, like, 4 isn't a hard game. I beat it live while severely inebriated without dying, and it's not hard. It's just annoying as shit. Like, the ghosts aren't hard, but the idea that you have this constant damage over time if you don't have a medallion on you, you can't do anything, and it's just kind of like... And it's kind of like just like Gary's mod dragging the model around. It looks terrible, first of all. Did you say loss? Oh my god. Is that a loss reference? I overshot. There we go. And on top of that, in the water prison especially, Eileen becomes such an annoyance that it ruins the whole experience. I don't know, like, I hate Silent Hill 4. I genuinely do not enjoy it. and I don't know why it's getting the fan resurgence that it is, where like you guys like Ragnarok saying, you're just uncultured, here's this blue cheese to enjoy, you just can't enjoy it, you just want processed cheese because you're an uncultured loser. I don't know why it's getting the resurgence it is, and I'm glad it is. I'm glad people like it. It's, you know, I don't like things being bad or people not enjoying things. I don't like that at all. That sucks. But it's the epitome of not for me. I really don't like Silent 4. The Water Prison is very likely one of, if not the worst design levels of all time. Water Prison is like, okay, I don't know if it's the worst, but it's gotta be top 10. It is awful. Like, there's an entire chunk of the video, the hour-something video review of Silent 4 did. I had, like, a chunk of the original script, which would be, like, 5 minutes of just talking about the water dungeon. And I kind of stopped because I was just making myself mad while writing it. And I wanted to keep going, and it just kind of ruined the flow, so I had to cut it. I don't know, like, I know Silent 4 is getting a lot of positive reevaluations. I hate it. I see it as an absolute failure. To me, it's one of the worst games in the series, even including the Western ones. Like, I would put it below a lot. Yeah, the greedy worm in the water prison. Just big ol' dick monsters flying around. Alright, so we're gonna save the game here. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a save state in a minute. And I want everyone to maybe turn their volume down, because you're going to get a loud noise as soon as I walk in there, and it sucks. So you've been warned if you just don't particularly care. It shouldn't be too loud, but here we go. There's something written over the button. What's this? Weight allowance, 1 person. Okay, so 1, this is kind of interesting, because no elevator would ever say that. Weight allowance, 1 person? Well, if I step on that elevator, or if, like, 5'1" lady steps on that elevator, that is a massive gap in size, right? Alright, a minute. Alright, there we go. I didn't mind Eileen. Eileen is like, she's far from the worst escort character, but I think on stream, like, you kind of see there's a lot of moments where she's getting stuck on monsters, and I'd just be like, come on, Eileen. And I was just kind of losing my mind by the time we did to Force World Part 2. I just started laughing like it was the ending of Mouth of Madness. Where I'm just like Sam Neill staring at the screen just going, oh my god. It'd be a 300-pound allowance. Yeah, they literally tell James, oh, 1 at a time, please. But exactly, it's like, this is nonsense. James steps on the scale and it says, mercy. But, 1, this is very clearly supposed to be metaphorical. We're in dream logic. The reality is completely falling apart here. With even littler moments we're going to see later of, we are in full surreal land. The shelf is empty. It looks like I can store my stuff here. Put an item on the shelf? Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to put some items on the shelf, and then we're going to save state, because I want to show off an Easter egg that I think is very cool. You gotta put it all on the shelf. You gotta be completely naked. We're gonna keep all of them. We're gonna keep these, because, like, hey, if it's a weight allowance, it should allow for paper, shouldn't it? I want to show off something. This is cool. Alright? And I don't want to brag. I don't want to be like, oh my god, I'm so smart and so cool and so great and do sound, cool stuff. But I've honestly never seen another person ever point this out. And I found this just by pure fucking curiosity once, of the many times I've played this. But I've never seen another person point this out. So, we're in a save state, and I'm going to show something off that I think is really cool. And it's a very fun little Easter egg, and a bit of foreshadowing. Alright. The elevator just awarded James with Reddit Gold for being a heckin' chonker. A heckin' chomperino. James is weighed down by the weight of his guilt on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try going on with 3 pieces of paper, right? That doesn't work. Well, let's put this letter on, right? Put that on, right? Alright. Still not allowed. Alright. 2 pieces of paper must be too much. Alright, well, let's put on Laura's letter. Let's get rid of that, alright? We have a picture. We have a single individual picture. Come on now. Huh. Weight allowance. 1 person. Interesting. Now let's show something else off that I think is kind of interesting. This is our save state. Alright, let's load our state there. So let's put the photo of Mary away. Alright, let's see. You know what's on? Nope. Alright. Well, let's go over here. Let's store another item. Let's store the first letter from Mary. This is the one where it was the "In my restless dreams I see that town" that you read at the beginning. Well, let's examine it. Now it's nothing. There's nothing written on stationery. Alright. Oh, shit. Alright. Let's put this on the shelf. Alright, this is Laura's letter. This is the one we just got and just read. Alright? Can't take that. Alright then. Oh. Shit.
A few moments later.
My empire of dirt. I'm very professional, as you can see. But let's go back to the old items. Let's go back to the old ones. Man down, man down. Alright, so that was embarrassing, but let's take these. So you're allowed to take the photo of Mary and the letter that you came in with. You can take them together, but individually you can take those 2. I've never seen anyone else point that out. I just think it's very interesting. And we'll see why, especially with the letter later on. Well, only one place to go. Okie dokie, and down we go. Now let's get the new map. Hotel map for employees. There we are. I heard the heater in Lakeview is straight fire, bro. Dude, it's mad lit over here. We got the Snow White music box. Apples and pumpkins. Ah, funny. So now we have the Little Mermaid and the Snow White music box. We got one more left. Actually, wait, no, we have 2, if I remember correctly. But most importantly, Fairy tale themes. Yes, we're continuing the fairy tale motif. This is a very fantastical situation. We got the videotape and a can opener. It's fantasy! It's escapism! It's not healthy! Get in the fucking wheelchair! Silent Hill is written on the label in my handwriting. This is definitely the videotape I recorded back then. Alright. Got some rifle shells. Very cool. Very nice. Schedule book here. That date from over 1 year ago. Alright, well, let's continue. What if the truth was James just came back to collect his sex tape? It's like, I can't let this get out. It's this desperate attempt to hide it. You want to see a good shot? That's spooky. God, that's so spooky. Oh, I love this game, dude. Get over here. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Ow. Ah! Alright. Let's go over here. And we will get a medkit. Yeah, like sex. And the bar key. Should be this way? Yes, okay. Ow. Rude. Alright, well, let's use that medkit, I guess. Yeah, so here's where we get like a ton of health items. Huh? There's a can with no label on it. Well, we have a can opener, so let's snippy. Yeah, it's like James like, they can never know my fetish. Yeah, so this is where it comes like, we're going full surreal dream logic. It's like a sealed can of light bulbs. Yeah, of course, why not? It's becoming, the whole situation is just becoming extremely fantastical, and nothing is remotely making sense anymore. Alright, let's get the light bulb in here. Turn around. Use the bar key. We're out. And we will now run our way to get our goodies back. Year of our Lord 2021, not keeping your light bulbs in a can. Imagine. When you want to be a good husband, but you have a health fetish. And it's like, sorry, you gotta go, sick wife. Uh-oh. And we'll avoid them. I don't need anything. Well, all our materials back. And also, we have a lot of rifle shells, so I think it's time to put the pedal to the metal. It's game time. We got 2 enemies out there to try this baby out on. Hell yeah. And, oh. They're gone. I love it. Like, that's just there to fuck with you. If I remember correctly, every enemy is gone from the map now, if I remember. You're completely alone in here. Actually, what we should do is we should save the game right here instead. It doesn't ultimately matter, but feels better. Alright, so we have 2 more music boxes. Seed of the Princess Who Awoke from Death. Snow White. No. No. So, now that we have completed the sort of fairy tale princess little puzzle, what do they all have in common? Cinderella, it's Snow White, and it's Little Mermaid, right? So it's like, what do they all kind of have in common? Well, for most of the stories, like, you know, you can get into like the hyper-specific fairy tale versions, maybe just like the Disney versions. But what they all have in common is the idea that it's a princess who, to some degree, needs to be rescued by a Prince Charming. And I think that's largely the idea of what the Lakeview Hotel, the first half of it, is getting at. Where this chunk of the game is pure fantasy. It is the knight in shining armor, James Sunderland, going through hell and high water to go save his Princess Mary. And it's like, yeah, James, come on. Your wife is totally alive, and she's waiting in that room for you. And it's all gonna be okay, because you're the fucking hero who's gonna go save your wife, James. It's all about fucking you, isn't it? And you get this, like, very saccharine music box track playing. Like, maybe it's just me looking too far into it, but it sounds hollow. You got the hotel stairway key. There it is. It just sounds hollow. And, well, we have one last section here. Only one thing left to do. Room 312, waiting for you.